Your favorite blerd on the YouTube platform, and today I'm back with a new video. And today's new video is actually going to be dealing with Spider-Man having a close relationship with the X-Men team, and also what this could lead up to for the live MCU, of course. So let's get right into this. So let's talk about these possibilities. All right, so we all know, before I get into that the Mutant Saga is the next saga when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, of course. And the thing is, I want to talk about some possibilities they could do for X-Men movies with Spider-Man included, all right? And this is something that, you know, when I think about it now, I'm like, you know what? I think this could work. So the first one is the most obvious, where pretty much Spider-Man pretty much ends up communicating with Jean Grey again from Spider-Man Brand New Day to come to where she's at to meet the X-Men and everything. All right, so that makes a lot of sense because you gotta remember they're friends now, right? And maybe she might need his input or help with something when it comes to the X-Men, and that could lead up into the first reboot movie when it comes down to seeing Tom Holland Spider-Man make an appearance for an actual movie. This was actually done in the 90s cartoon and of course the comics, right? So honestly, I think that would be such a calculated way to do it. Like, all right, have her, try to read his mind and say, hey, look, I need you to come here, and meet the X-Men team. And, you know, we'll see like the relationships between the different X-Men, Rogue, Cyclops, Storm, Wolverine, you know what I'm saying, Jubilee, and all that stuff. So personally, I think that would be such a great way to go about when it comes to a first X-Men movie. But like I said, it may not go that direction. It just depends on what Marvel wants to do, right? So the second one is something that I saw a long time ago, and this is before my time. This cartoon came out dealing with Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Now you gotta remember, Spider-Man and his amazing friends, both of them were former X-Men, all right? You have Firestar. She was a former X-Men. Bobby Drake, Iceman, was a former X-Men. And they could do it that way. They could have them pretty much come back to Charles Xavier's School for the Gifted, right? And literally have them come back working with the core X-Men and Spider-Man being included in it. I'm just saying that's another dope X-Men movie idea that could be. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said before, they were former X-Men. In the episode, they went back to help the X-Men, all right? So personally, I think that's a great idea when it comes down to it. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is something that might surprise people. And this is just speculation, because this could be just something where it's like, yeah, it could happen, maybe not. I know that they talked about doing another Wolverine, either a solo movie or a solo TV show. What if they did a fourth Wolverine movie and included Spider-Man, right? Him meeting Spider-Man. That would be something that's different. And them having this complicated relationship. And I'm not for sure if Hugh Jackman's returning for that solo project. You know what I'm saying? They did talk about the fourth Wolverine movie. Hey, anything is possible, right? We know the Mutant Saga is coming up. I am looking forward to the new Mutant Saga, of course. I'm looking forward to the new X-Men movie. That's the main thing, right? And like I said, they can use Spider-Man in those ways, right? Or they could go with other comic book source material and say, hey, we're going to turn this into a movie with Spider-Man included. I think Tom Holland, he's going to be up there to be another high-paid actor. He's on this Robert Downey Jr. as we speak, all right? He's going to make money. He's going to end up probably being in the first X-Men movie, right? She's going to have close ties with him. Maybe a second movie, of course, maybe, where he might have cameos, of course. But I like the idea of Marvel going this direction when it comes down to it, where we'll see Spider-Man and the X-Men working together as a team. I like it. I like the idea of it. Spider-Man is, like I said, one of my favorite Marvel characters, of course. There are other Marvel characters I enjoy too, but he's one of them, of course. I'm just looking forward to see where they're gonna go with X-Men. Like I said, they've done 2 previous X-Men franchises when it comes to movies. I just want to see where they're gonna go with this next. But it is the hardest working blerd on YouTube, guys. You tell me in the comments, how would you like to see Spider-Man and the X-Men working together when it comes to a live adaptation MCU movie? It is the hardest working blerd on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Also liking the videos, because liking helps me get out there in the YouTube algorithm. And right along with that, sharing, of course. And also commenting. Commenting does matter. Comments do help push me out there as well. But it is the hardest working blerd on YouTube, guys. And I am out.